Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are playing Hogwarts Legacy once again, and we are loading up as we are heading to Dogweed and Deathcap to try and get a Wingardium Leviosa, as we are going to try and do 2 assignments and 2 lessons today. So we're going to try and do Professor Garlick's assignment and Professor Onai's assignment. I think it's Onai. I think that's how you say it. So let's head over here then. So we need to go to Dogweed and Deathcap because we need to acquire and use a Venomous Tentacula and acquire and use a Mandrake on multiple enemies simultaneously. That is what we need to do. We're going to see how it goes. I could also do with getting some more Chinese chomping cabbage, but I think we can get those without growing them ourselves, I think. And then in the next video, I might do some more work in the Room of Requirement. Right, so talk. And we have loads of that, so
I can't believe it.
Venomous Tentacula and Mandrake, and we can buy Chinese chomping cabbage. Let's sort out our gear, sell some gear, and then we can figure out from there how much we can do. So let's check handwear. So we've got the best handwear on. We've got the so that's 22, that's 36. Okay, so we've now got the best face wear on. I will change those to look a little bit better in a moment because they look absolutely horrible. They're both really good. Cloaks and robes. And the Distinguished School Cloak is actually better than these. Though we do have 2 unidentified back items, which we could do with getting checked out. But we've got the best of that. Right, okay. Gear. I just want to change my face wear item to just have some glasses. There we go. I will always wear glasses, as I'm probably sure you've noticed in these games. I'm always wearing glasses where I can. Let me just... I'm not getting much audio. There we go. Right.
Things will be safe with me until they're sold. Then you'll have to make do with money.
So let's sell all of this. Because once these are sold, we will be well able to do what we need to do. So let's buy some Venomous Tentacular seeds, Mandrake seeds, Chinese chomping cabbage seeds. I know it's expensive.
You be sure to stop by soon.
And I'm guessing we can't grow all of these on a small plot. Who sells the spellcrafts? Is it Tombs and Scrolls, maybe? Let's have a look. It's not going to be J. Pippins. It's not Madam... whatever her name is. Hogsmeade Square, Steepley and Sons, Honeydukes... I'm going to say it's probably Tubes and Scrolls. So let's head over to Tubes and Scrolls, see if we can get a spellcraft for some bigger herbology stations. And then we can get growing the items that we need. And then as I say, what we'll do is we will eventually go and sort out our Room of Requirements so it's a nicer space and it is well laid out for working on our studies in terms of growing things. But as I say, I'm not sure if it is the right shop. I don't know if we are going to the right shop.
Take your time looking about. Plenty of wonderful books to stoke a curious mind like
Yeah,
yours.
okay, this is the best one. So, potting table with 2 large pots. Potting table with a medium plot. Okay, so I don't have the gold for it. Okay. What we'll do then is we will go and see if we can grow any of them with what we've got. I thought they were so, like, floating around. Wait, he's got extra room in his thing.
What do we have here? A
Ooh.
demiguise.
So there's a demiguise statue there, which is useful to know. We do just need to go into the disillusionment to do this chest that is over in the corner, which will have 500 gold. And we can't do the demiguise moon yet, but we will remember that's there. Because I'm thinking maybe we will do a video at some point where we do just go through the demiguise statues.
A pleasure doing business with you.
So, potting table with a medium pot spellcraft.
Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there?
Let's hope that medium is big enough.
Revelio.
And there we go. We've got a field guide page in here. And I think round here there was one flying. Yeah.
Defender. Accio.
There we go. So let's head back over to Hogwarts. And we can head over to the room of requirements. So when we're there, I will be back in just a second. Okay, so we are back. So we can grow the Chinese chomping cabbage and mandrake in our potting area. So the mandrake only needs a small plant, but the Chinese chomping cabbage does need a medium size. So let's do that. Is this a small potting station? Yeah, that's a small planter. So let's plant the mandrake in there. Which annoyingly is going to be 12 minutes for those. So what we will do is while we wait for those, we can do Professor Onai's assignment. If we go and open our quests. So we've got Professor Onai, and what we've also had is sweep of the competition, purchase a broom enhancement from LB Weeks. We will do that at some point, maybe in this video, maybe not, we will have to see. But let's identify the gear. Both items worse, which is fine.
Be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
So collect troll bogies and cast the pulso on a levitated enemy. So we're going to probably find those in the world, in the Forbidden Forest, I imagine. I imagine that's where you're going to find them. Yeah, let's go over here. We'll see if we can find any trolls. Because I'm guessing we find them through in the Forbidden Forest. I will just have a quick look. This is good.
We have everything a young student might need when it comes to potions. Have a good look around.
That looks right. Troll bogies.
Oh,
Lovely.
wise decision. Thank you.
Okay, so
hope to
let's
see you again.
get rid of those. And cast a pulso on a levitated enemy. So let's make sure we have the pulso there. And then if we travel back to the Forbidden Forest, we will easily find some enemies. If we can make sure we're on the right map. And we'll go back to the Collector's Cave because there was enemies near there. and we can see if we can get them levitated and use the pulso on them, which will be very, very handy. And we can finally have done Professor Onai's assignment. And then while we do that, the crops that we are growing will grow. And then depending on the timings left, we might also do Professor Gagawa's assignment, which will be more of popping balloons, I think. More than likely. More than likely it'll be popping balloons.
There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
But let's go along here. I know it's a dark mongrel, but it's still an enemy.
Leviosa! Depulso!
There we go. And then
Expelliarmus!
we can just kill it. There we go. Perfect. And quite easy, to be honest. So, attend divination class during the day. Though it does look to be getting nighttime, so we might be able to get that demiguise that we saw.
A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time.
We'll get the demiguise another time, actually, because I'm a bit conscious that we are gonna waste time if we do that. And I'd rather not waste too much time doing things that are unimportant today, because we have lots planned. We have lots to do. Always very, very busy. There's a field guide page there. Let me get Accio.
Accio!
There we go. Grab a field guide page. And we can head along this way. Yeah, we have no mandrakes and we have no venomous tentacular, but we still have one Chinese chomping cabbage, which is useful. We are going to try and get some more at some point, because they are, as we found in this playthrough, they're actually really useful. I was going to say, can we get into the castle through here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Where's the nearest entrance? So is my issue where I travel by broom. I don't know where the entrance is. Can't be that way. It's not that way. There's got to be an entrance in here somewhere. Hang on, can we use this door here? We can. There we go, I found an entrance. At long last, we've found an entrance into Hogwarts. So let's go and attend divination class during the day. So let's go down here to officially start the lesson. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's much speech during this lesson, but it looks like they're doing some tea leaves and cards during the divination class. But we should get to actually getting what she wants to teach us in just a second. There we go.
So knowledgeable.
So let's head up
I
here.
hope those assignments were
I've completed all of my tasks, Professor Onai.
Very well done. Although I must admit, I did have something of a premonition that you would follow through. Now, as you have no doubt sharpened your perception by completing my assignment, I am curious. Based upon the knowledge that one's present and even one's past may reveal traces of what is to come, what do you see in your own future?
I sense danger.
I can't get rid of this feeling of a coming danger.
I see. Know that such omens are not damning if they can at least prepare us. And you are preparing yourself, even now. But this talk of tomorrow should not divert us from your present success. I shall inform our good deputy headmistress of your exemplary performance. And if that performance is any omen of what your future may hold, then I, for one, see great things. Channel your magic towards your targets.
Okay, so this is going to get us Descendo. Which is going to be like Accio and Depulso, but this time it's going to send things downward.
You have it. Now, why not practice the new spell on the training dummy?
Okay, so let's stick this in our usual purple slot. And the train dummy is there.
I think you have it.
So, quite a basic spell to be fair. It's just going to knock things to the ground. Like that.
At some point, you must stop preparing and put your newly honed skills to the test outside of the classroom.
Revelio.
And let's just grab that field guide page. There we go. So that is the divination class done, and we have unlocked Descendo. So let's head back to the room of requirement, which is in secret rooms, and see if our crops are grown. I imagine they should be, because I think I've now left them for around about 18 minutes, looking on how long this footage is thus far. So we should be able to grab our crops. Oh, I planted Chinese chomping cabbage. I planted the wrong item. That was clever. Can I empty pot? Oh, venomous tentaculi needs a large plant. Okay. Let's grow another mandrake then. Let's go and buy that then. So what I'll do is I'll back in just a second when I've got a venomous tentac. Or at least there was. They're here. Okay.
How unfortunate for you.
Okay, right. Let me do that whilst I grab my mandrake.
Back in the ground with you.
Ow.
Weed.
I'm climbing.
Assignment's all finished.
Okay, right. Me heal again, just because I did kind of mess up a little bit in doing the quests. Right, there we go. So we've done that. We do have another enemy nearby, so let's just deal with that one. I'm guessing it's going to be the... yeah, it's the Dark Mongrel. Which we can defeat really easily. There we go. We will defeat that, get the mongrel fur from that, and let's go do Professor Garlick's lesson. So it's going to be over in Hogwarts, and it's going to be at the greenhouses. Which is in the library annex greenhouses. So let's head over there and do the next lesson in herbology with Professor Garlick. And we can learn Wingardium Leviosa, which might be the last thing we do for today. Probably. I imagine so. Because we've currently been recording about 36 minutes, so I think it will probably be the last thing we do, and then we could do Professor Kagawa's assignment next video, as well as doing some more work in the room of requirement. So let's head inside. So it looks like I've got a variety of plants, because that's the Chinese chomping cabbage, and I think we had Dittany before. So it looks like she's just dismissing the class. So quite a quick lesson for us. So let's see if we can find Professor Garlick.
I've completed my assignments, Professor.
Pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice, graceful wand movement. Let's see you try your hand at it. When executed
Okay,
correctly,
so
you
we're
should
going to
able
be
to
doing
pick up
Wingardium
as though they were
Leviosa now,
specks of sneezewort.
which is meant to be more advanced than Levioso. There we go. So we've learned that the levitation charm Wingardium Leviosa can levitate and move objects, control its position with your movement, and use up, down, left and right to fine-tune its distance and rotation. Okay.
Well done! Feel free to practice Wingardium Leviosa here in the greenhouse. I've set some crates out for you in the next room.
Okay, and let's just quickly speak
Professor
with Professor Garlick.
A moment of your time?
The plants are resting, so now's as good a time as any.
What made you want to teach
I was
herbology?
wondering, what made you want to teach herbology?
How lovely of you to ask. I've always had an affinity for greenery, so this situation is a bit of a dream come true. After graduation, I was thrilled to be asked to step in for my old herbology professor. He'd had a slight accident, you see.
Oh dear. A shame for him, but it worked out well for you.
Well, he never cared, really cared for the plants, and they could sense it. Oh, you'd be surprised how perceptive a plant can be. At any rate, the trouble began one day when he cut into a wigan tree. Unfortunately for him, its leaves were hiding a bowtruckle. You may recall the marvellous creatures that resemble a twig. The little beast gouged the professor's eyes quite fiercely, but terrifying, I'd imagine. Likely for the professor, too.
And that's when you took over as the herbology professor.
Well, not quite. After 3 weeks at St. Mungo's, my predecessor regained a tiny bit of his eyesight. He insisted on returning to the greenhouse. Within a week, he claims by accident, kicked a Chinese chomping cabbage, so it was back to St. Mungo's for him.
What a string of bad luck.
Well, I felt awful for him, but I dare say I felt a bit more sympathy for the cabbage. Upon his discharge from the hospital, his indifference to plants had turned to utter disdain. He lost what little patience he had left with a particularly temperamental venomous tentacula and, well, his resulting leave of absence continues to this day.
I'm glad everything worked out as it did and that you're the herbology professor now.
Very kind of you to say. I do love these gardens and helping my students grow. Lovely speaking with you. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and remember, be kind to your wigan trees.
Okay, so there's some background information on our wonderful Professor Garlick. Let's stick Wingardium Leviosa on.
Wingardium Leviosa.
You're a natural.
And what we can do is hopefully we can bring this out of here. I kind of know how this works, kind of don't. Ah, so it's much better with movement. Okay. And then, yeah, we can basically just take this with us, I think. We will most definitely just leave that in there, but that is Wingardium Leviosa and Descendo learnt today, which leaves us with the quest of Professor Kagawa's second assignment, which is going to be practice flying near the spires and practice flying near Keenbridge Tower to learn Arresto Momentum, which we'll do in the next video, along with decorating our room of requirements a little bit better. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.